to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hegel-wise clown. I'm an empath. I'm a light worker. Yep. I work in light, in love, in energy, in shadow, in dark. Because it's just all a spectrum. Yeah. That little heartbeat that we have, that little electrical blip, it's our vibe. Which way do we guide our vibe? You guiding it high? I hear the highest vibe is love. It's all subjective. And I understand the lowest vibe is to be anything farthest from that. You know? What we're coming into is such a beautiful time. It's a freaking magical time, man. Because more people are believing in magic like me. I always believed it. But people just kept telling me, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. But I kept gathering evidence saying, but my experience says that it's true. They're like, nope, that's not what they meant. My experience verifies different. My account says different, you know? Like, for example, I was thinking this morning, like when you drive, they're like, when you see an animal cross the street, never brake for it. And I'm like, that is completely contrary to what my inner being tells me. I brake for squirrels, I brake for birds, I brake for freaking living creatures. Yeah. I brake. I will brake because I'd rather absorb a hit from behind, because I got way more things in that vehicle to keep me safe than that little animal does. So, you know, I value all life. I do. Some life I value less. Those are just the people that are just void of spirit, man. And it's contingent on them, not me. People make personal choices, what they want to fill their, when their egos get so big, what they gotta fill. We're paying for people's overhead. Overhead equates ego. We're paying for how big or small you feel for yourself. Yeah. We are our own currency. It's nice that when people get an idea and stuff like that, but when they start, what happens is they get a product, right? And they sell it for $6, right? And it's a good product. Like these cookies that I like. I don't get them so much anyway. These like $6, right? So it's a good product. While over here, and they keep it at that, and they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Now, what happens is people can stay consistent in giving people what they want, and that's how you gain credibility, keeping things at a marginal price, right? But what happens is people are like, oh my God, we have all this income because, our product is blowing up. And they start buying more for themselves. Fancier cars, bigger houses, more stuff to fill the houses that they already have, all that stuff. And then they're like, well, wait a minute, we got something good, we got to jack up the prices. This is what's happening. It's happening in big pharma. We set our prices. So, the companies that are setting these exuberant prices, mind you, these huge ones, they don't have to pay taxes like we do. They're not, and they make so much money that they don't feel it anyway. It's just, when you have so much of anything, it's like you don't even care about it anymore. Like free something, fast food for the rest of your life. We eat so much of, even you get so much of even the good stuff, that you got to start being selective, because, well, for me, it's like I can't, there's a lot of shows I won't binge watch. I'll put off, for a long time watching, because I like the show so much. When it's over, I know that it's over, and I just rather keep the storyline open, I wish I would have done that with New Girl. I think that was a freaking bummer of an ending, but I don't know, what are you gonna do? Anyway, you just got to take a grain of salt, and a lot of people are coming into their shadows, so a lot of the stuff that they've ignored for so many years, they can't ignore it anymore. It's like a reflex, their go-to behavior. You can try and fake it, or you can, You know, a lot of times people shroud themselves in secrecy. You know, they live double lives so they can live how they want to live in secret. You know, without having to feel the judgment and ridicule. You know, of how other people see them. You know, it's just easier than to change the behavior, right? I just never cease this, and I used to say the word, "Oh, you got," you know, I could have blackouts when I would drink. I would black out. I call them memory fades. Some people call them, um, and that was from DT, and some people call them time advances. You know, I've so I heard stories, so many stories that are also similar. You know, people getting, you know, starting out a bar in one city in one state, and come out of a blackout in a different one. You know, it's ether. It sends us to a different place. We get on different timelines. We get different ideas about things, and it makes us less congruent with our fellow man because the closest you get in like communication, the more you can understand somebody. So if you put yourself with alcohol or all these escapism drugs, pills, you know, anything that like artificially enhances your vibration, it creates a lot of confusion. Yeah. There's a lot of confused people right now because, you know, a lot of this escapism isn't working because we're we're getting our we're seeing our lives in our face, you know, and that we are not just human beings, we are spirits just kind of sailing around in a soul sack, you know what I mean? There's a mass awakening coming up, and a lot of the hardships that I've endured the last 2 years, I've endured them so I can help other people endure theirs too. Yeah. I'm an example that you don't need freaking a lot of money to live comfortably, and that everyone can have a place, a safe, warm place to lay their head where they don't have to worry about waking up and somebody over their bed with a vase. It happened to a girl I know the other night. She lives here in town. Yeah. Yeah. Because people are disheveled. They got the wrong idea about things, and they won't face their demons. They'll just keep feeding them with pills and alcohol to stay off the beaten path, so to speak. You know, I won't deal with people that consume. People are discredited as soon as you find out. I mean, people that really know what alcohol does, when someone finds out that you drink, they don't want anything to do with you, because it ain't just you you're dealing with. They're dealing with. They're dealing with you and all of your demons. And when people drink that know they have demons that come out, and you still drink, you ain't taking responsibility for your demons. Yeah. No. Who lets their demons come out to play on purpose and hide behind the veil of, well, you gotta, you know, I was drunk. I didn't know what I was doing. Well, if you know that you do things that you don't know that you do while you drink, and you continue to drink, kind of seems like you don't mind doing those things so much, do ya? Yeah. Part of being as a Heyoka is I trigger people. Yeah, I do. I don't mind. I just speak in matters of fact, so the trigger is in fact yours, not mine. If, you know, people get offended, well, I'm talking about the people that have an obsession, a craving. They can't, once they start, they can't stop. So if you don't fit into that category, I'm sure there's no offense to be had, right? Yeah, but once the gig is up, people don't like to be seen. And, oh no, you're telling the secret, you know? That's what I got out of the Air Force, man. That thing is a racket. I mean, really? The whole, and you think about the billions of dollars they spend to kill people. Yeah, it's really quite absurd. You ever see that game Trading Places? I like to bring it up every now and again. Yeah, Tom Aykroyd. Don Aykroyd. What? That was weird. That was like a Mandela effect thing right there. Eddie Murphy, you know, where the rich old greedy man just have so much money it doesn't even matter. They're just bored, so they just, you know, they just swapped couple of guys' lives from the opposite end of the spectrum just because they could, you know. And rich greedy people, and sit in DC and they do the same thing every single day because they have no concept. I keep saying, for every seat, 436 seats in Congress, I challenge you all to go spend 3 nights and 4 days in your tent city. Tent, a few layers, and what is it, $7 a day on a snap card? That's what you get to live on to eat, because that's what you give other people to live on to eat. You do that stuff, see how many cities and states are gonna have bills that pass for an $80 million police station right across from where you have people sleeping in tents and it's cold outside. All that stuff, your karma's coming back around, and frankly, from what you collected, I don't feel bad for you at all. So, welcome to the age of Aquarius. For good people, you will be truly rewarded. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.